I'm David Beckles Jr.
And I'm Alex Collar.
No, that's David Beckles Jr. I'm Alex Collar. How are you guys doing? It's good to be back.
It is. Welcome
Happy
back.
New Year.
Happy New Year. Episode number 2.
It's January 5th, 2024.
American Immigrant Podcast.
And I have something to announce. Tomorrow is the anniversary that I participated in the January 6th. Why are you laughing? I did. But I'm coming out now. Nobody knows. They couldn't see me on the camera. I'm 6'7", 330 pounds.
Right.
And nobody noticed that I participated. I was the guy in the 5th stair passed out from being exhausted. Because the Capitol building has 400 stairs. I made it to stair number 5 and I backed down and went home. I said, I'm done with this politics.
Alex was selling food to the January 6th rioters.
Do you know that they put away 500 people behind bars?
No.
750 court convictions, 500 are doing jail time.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
One guy wore like his swimming outfit. Remember that guy wore the outfit? He was like an Olympic swimmer. He's like, I'm going to wear my Olympic outfit. This is a good idea.
No, I hope he wears that.
Let's do that to a crime.
Yeah. He gets to pick his cellmate for the next few years.
What else is going on, Dave?
Well, welcome back. Happy New Year, guys. Welcome back. I said it before. Episode number 2 of the American Immigrant Podcast. Man, how was your holiday? How was your Christmas?
It's good.
Yeah, what'd you
do? It
do?
was good. Nothing. I'm Catholic. So we ate fish.
Yeah?
We do that fish thing like Italians.
Really?
And then that's it. Nothing.
So
picked out, eat.
Yeah, that's what.
It's nothing exciting.
It's exciting. Food, man. For us in the Caribbean, it's about food. You know what I mean? We have certain treats and certain things that we do for the holidays. Like I baked. I gave you some rum cake.
David, does it look like it's not about food? Do you think I got like this through osmosis? 330 pounds?
Yeah, well, of course
it's all about food.
Yeah.
Always about food.
I gave you some rum cake that I made.
Yeah, David gave me he's an unbelievable baker and a cook.
True.
He gave me some rum cake.
True, yeah. That's one of the things that we do traditionally in Barbados for Christmas. So it's rum cake, it's coconut bread, and it's regular pound cake.
Okay.
So we did that, and as well as I cooked the turkey.
So that's ham. So you're we already went through the whole immigrant thing.
Yeah.
You're kind of like an immigrant. Yeah. I'm an immigrant.
Right.
You are an immigrant just because you weren't born here.
Yeah.
David was.
I was born.
David's parents were like Cubans. They like stepped foot here, citizenship, and then went right back to Barbados. Right. Exactly.
That's one of my bigs. Actually.
So like what? Do you want to conform your family like to eat like American foods too? Or they said just no, they're not going to do like the
no.
Thanksgiving though. Thanksgiving, you guys eat.
You know what it is for Thanksgiving, and I think this is throughout all the culture. Turkey's the star, and then your sides are like your ethnicity. I think.
But the turkey is like a given.
Turkey's a star. Yeah. Turkey's a star.
That's true.
So
you got to do the turkey.
Sometimes, depending on the people that show up, fish, right? I do these codfish fritters that I call fish cake. Sometimes I may do those.
I haven't had those. Those are good.
Yeah, and I also sometimes I just make other things. Like sometimes my wife is from Trinidad, so we kind of share, recipes and making other things. She has appreciation for the way I do macaroni pie. It's like a Caribbean version of mac and cheese. We call it macaroni pie, but everybody does it different. I happen to do it pretty damn good.
He's very proud, very good of his baking.
I told you, if I was as confident in my stand-up, when I get to that level of confidence, borderline arrogance, oh man, look out, I'm with a problem.
All right, that sounds good.
So
I made one of his pie recipes. I made the pie recipe.
That was.
I made a turkey pot pie with the leftover
but
turkey.
That's not Caribbean. It's just something that I.
It's just American.
But it was good though. It was good. Turkey's a superior meat. I'm sorry. It's better than chicken, I think.
We had a conversation, David and I, about being an immigrant in America, and remember when we were talking about the show? Does anybody remember the show Perfect Strangers?
Yeah.
Do you know that? Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
And you remember that character?
And the wings of,
I can't believe you know the song.
Yeah.
What was the main character's name? Larry.
Larry,
and the other guy,
Larry. The other guy
cousin
was
Larry.
Balki Bartakamus.
Yeah. And my father hated that show because my father was an immigrant.
Yeah.
I'm an immigrant. He's from Slovakia.
Yeah.
He spoke very little English.
Yeah.
And every time that show came on, he's like, "This is stupid. They're making fun of us." That's not even his accent. I just can't really do it.
But
like they're making fun of us.
I saw that show.
Stupid.
We got that show down in Barbados, and there'll be times that again it was the '80s, so I would freaking be crying laughing. Anything about you remember there was a particular scene where they were at an art gallery, right? And Larry goes to Balky, hey, this is about art. You know, you gotta be intellectual and sophisticated. You know, how would you describe this painting? And Balky goes, it's pretty. He goes, no, you can't say that. Then he goes, it's ugly. He goes, no, you need to more. He goes, it's pretty ugly.
And then when the guy would say, "Don't be ridiculous,"
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
My father was like, "They make it see that they're making fun of us foreigners."
And, don't forget.
Yeah.
Now we do the dance of joy.
The dance of joy. Oh my God! They didn't say like what country he's from in the show, right?
Yeah,
it was like a made-up country.
Which was kind of weird because they always gave you like for me or for us. I remember one time on the Cosby Show, there was
Whatever happened to Bill Cosby?
Huh? Insert crickets.
We'll get to that next.
Yeah. One time Theo was dating this girl and Dr. Huxtable was like, Theo, wow, Barbados, huh? And I was like, ears perked up because we were excited to see.
Really?
Yeah, there was a girl supposedly from Barbados. And she came on, she was like, man, Theo. Horrible accent.
Was she doing Jamaican accent? Because
It was her version of a Caribbean accent.
so this is the immigrant thing I wanted to talk about.
right.
What you're talking about always happens.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody else.
Yeah.
I watch everybody, whether it's Slovakia or Poland. It's a stupid. It's a really bad Soviet accent.
Yeah.
So you see the always really bad Jamaican accent.
Yeah. This was. It wasn't quite Jamaican
Right.
because they acknowledged that it's not Barbados, is not Jamaica. But
Yeah.
the only thing she got pretty right was Mantio. That's the
they
only thing
nailed that part?
Well, I didn't
Oh,
say
yeah.
nail. She got it right? Because the Bajan accent is really sharp, right? And if you're not like from there or grew up with them, you can't really get it. It's not an accent you can just put on. You know what I'm saying? So I remember the next day at school, we were kind of like, yeah, you saw that girl from Barbados? And then everybody was like, yeah, it was good, but that was not a Bajan accent. It was horrible.
All right, David. Good news is the list, the Jeffrey Epstein list came out.
Oh, God.
Just January 5th, 2024. And everybody's talking about it where I work. I'm
Really?
sure everybody's talking about it at your house.
Yeah, no, we ain't talking.
You're not talking about it? None of us are on the list.
Yeah. That for sure.
That's for sure. Did you hear that who's on the list?
I heard-
Stephen Hawking
Oh, jeez.
was on the list.
Would he have a boat with wheels?
I don't know, but I didn't even think that guy could move.
Did you
Apparently.
did you hear on the Pat McAfee show, Aaron Rodgers accused or insinuated that Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, he's like, I'll
"Whoa."
sue you. You better shut up.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
Somebody
That's
bought the
crazy.
island for $60 million. They bought it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Who you think bought it?
I don't know. No, some rich guy.
Some rich guy.
Can you imagine?
What's he gonna do with it?
I thought that they wouldn't even I thought that's like I don't know, because of all that illegal stuff that went on there and
You
everything.
know what it is, man. Like there are things that happen.
I can tell you what he's probably not going to do there. What happened there in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all I know is that they finally got this guy Jeffrey Epstein, and he died in jail.
Of course, suicide.
You know what I mean? Suicide.
In a jail that never happened in. That never happened.
Right.
In that jail before.
Right.
But they found out that the guards broke protocol, and a lot of he's supposed to have a cellmate. He didn't, and they're supposed to check on him every 30 minutes, and they found out they didn't, and they falsified documents. You know that?
I
I
heard
think
some of that,
somebody was paid off.
But of course. I mean, you're dealing with dark money, man.
Clinton's on the list.
I heard that rumor as well. He's not the only one. I read today, I saw today, that they said Alan Dershowitz, lawyer, he's on it too. But it's just rumors, so we just, it's not starting from us. We're not originating. We just, saying
Clinton,
what's
dude.
going on.
Come on, does that surprise people? Clinton.
Hold on,
Certain
is
ones
it-
don't surprise. You heard Tom Hanks is on the list?
No, I didn't hear
I'm
that.
kidding. He's a
I heard-
Mr. Nice Guy.
Did you hear, who was it? What was it? Prince Andrew out of England? He was supposed
The whole family disavowed him. You know that, right? That's already old news. The whole family took away his royal fortune. Yeah. After that special came out on Netflix.
Yes, hello, Jeffrey. Yes, quite. I'll be there
Yeah.
shortly in my private jet. Yes, no, Mike. I'll be back for a spell. Go to have some
Yeah, I
excitement.
seem to be accessing my account and it says zero. What's this about? They took all his
Yeah.
money away. They took all
I
the royal
owe
money.
these people money, namely underage teenagers.
Bill Clinton. Can you do it, Bill Clinton? No. I did not have sexual relations with that woman because she was a child. Loophole. No.
I mean,
No, that's
to
nuts.
think
This is a morbid topic to talk about. Let's talk about one of your topics. What else are we going to talk about, dude?
Okay.
This is
hold on.
disturbing. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
It
Do
is,
you?
It is.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. Rudy Giuliani filed for bankruptcy while we were gone.
Yes.
America's mayor, right? They call them.
America's mayor.
I
Did you live in New York when that happened? You did, right?
Yeah.
I grew up with him as a mayor.
Here's what my opinion of it is. Because I remember that day, 9/11. I didn't make it into the city. I worked right next to the two towers, right?
Okay.
And I was late that day, surprise, surprise. And I didn't make it into the city, right? But to the chaos of getting back home, because the closest I made it to the city was downtown Brooklyn.
Well, why were you late?
Yeah, because I was late.
Why? Why surprise, surprise? Because you're from Barbados? I find that offensive.
Yeah.
I just think you should take that back.
Yeah. I was definitely not. I'll tell you the truth. Normally,
People from
every day
Barbados are never late, okay? Let's stick to the facts here.
No,
All right.
Normally.
No stereotyping.
Listen, there's a challenge going out there. Yeah, I'm from the Caribbean, or yeah, I'm from whatever you're from. I was gonna do one. Yeah, I'm from Barbados. It starts at 3. I turn up at 5:30. I'm on time, right?
Exactly.
Just because it's typical. But anyway.
So Rudy Giuliani, you work
No,
right
hold on,
there?
Before that, normally I always late like 5 minutes.
Okay.
So I was rushing that morning, and I just said, you know what? No, I'm not going to do this anymore. And I had breakfast at home. Soon as I left my building and I crossed the street, my brother called me. He's like, yo, a plane just hit the Trade Center. I was like, one of these little Cessnas probably. So I'm like, man, I want to see what it's about, you know? I lived in Crown Heights, and I was walking to the A train. I got to Atlantic Avenue. I've never seen so many fire trucks, police officers in my life. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I was like, at first I was like, here goes America. A little something they got to send to everybody. But by the time I got on the train and got up downtown Brooklyn, it was chaos.
Why, you think it's overkill? I like how you
I
said
thought
that.
it was
Here goes
overkill.
America.
Yeah,
it's
because that's,
overkill.
you know, I mean, listen, the only thing we experienced before that was, there was a Trade Center bombing.
Yeah.
Back in 94, was it?
Yeah.
94, 95, around that time.
Do you know who died in that World Trade Center first bombing? A lot of people don't know this. The guy that died, he died, he didn't want to put his car in the parking lot, and he was a multi-millionaire. His car was parked next to the van that exploded. Listen, he was a businessman, millionaire, who didn't want to, he was so cheap, he didn't want to park in the parking lot, so he would feed the meter. And that guy died. There's a long story behind that. That's what I heard through a very credible source that I can't reveal.
He cannot reveal his...
Yeah. That first bombing. Remember why they caught those bombers? How they caught them?
Something stupid, I think.
They returned one of the vans to New Jersey.
Yeah.
And they matched the VIN number. They took the car out, right, from New Jersey. They rented a white van, filled it with explosives. It blew up. There's a VIN number on the axle.
Right.
They went back for their deposit.
Right.
Can you imagine going back for your deposit?
Thank God for stupid criminals.
Hi, I'm here for my $200 deposit. Just the car's gone.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they caught those guys.
Yeah.
All right, so what else are we going to talk about today?
No.
So Giuliani.
Yeah, he filed for bankruptcy. America's mayor. I never thought he was America's mayor. This is what I thought.
Yeah.
He put a brave face on during that tragedy.
He put a cap on it.
But I'm saying not necessarily a cap.
Wait, he was the mayor during 9/11, during the excavation and all that?
He was.
I feel like it was Bloomberg. It was him?
No, it was Giuliani, because he was standing, he was like, we'll fight them. And it kind of, gave people hope. And I gave him credit for that. Outside of that, get out of here. Do you know that there was a rusty torpedo found in Sullivan County during a random call?
A rusty torpedo found where?
In Sullivan County. During like somebody called the cops. I don't know.
Where was the torpedo though?
Buried somewhere. But it was rusty.
Wait, a torpedo that goes in a boat?
Yeah.
That was my nickname in college, the rusty torpedo. Well, it's for another reason.
What do you do if you're a cop and you go to inspect this thing, you see a rusty torpedo? What's your first call?
So I got a great story. Listen to this. I have when the Soviet Union collapsed, I went back to Slovakia for the first time because it was part of the Soviet Union. I went back in '94, and my brother's good friend, our family friend of ours, in the military, when the military dissolved, people stole stuff.
Wow.
This dude, he goes, dude, you got to check out what I got under my bathtub. Like people brought grenades home and stole stuff because the military temporarily kind of dissolved and it was still in power, but like nobody was getting paid. That's what was going on. And he took a landmine.
Oh, geez.
He took a tank landmine and he put it under his bathtub. because he figured he could get money for it. That's what people were doing. Imagine having a tank, a live active tank, a landmine in your house. Dude, did this torpedo, like, was it like able to explode? Was it a dud?
Jeez.
It was a dud?
It was?
Was it a dud? I'm asking you.
It was a dud. It was a dud.
Oh, it was
At
dud,
least
so
I think
not
so,
dangerous, right? All right.
But it was there for a while because it got rusty.
Yeah.
I mean, torpedoes don't get rusty. Like, oh my God, you bring the torpedo from inside. Outside.
Yeah, you figured it would just blow. I could blow up.
That's
It wasn't
nuts.
that dud.
But freaking.
All right,
Anyway.
what's another topic that we're gonna talk about? Dave's doing the topics. This week.
Yeah. I found this story pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. A dentist in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, right,
Okay.
got sued by a patient. Get this. Mm-hmm. In one visit, 8 dental crowns,
Okay.
4 root canals, and 20 fillings, all in one visit.
Why did he get sued?
I just said 8 dental crowns.
Too much?
4 root canals. You're only supposed to do one at a time. 4 root canals.
Who says you could do one at a
20
time?
fillings in one visit.
That's a long visit. Was this on a kid?
No, it was on a lady.
How did he convince her to do this, right?
Being from
We're going to be here for
Minnesota.
6 hours.
Yeah. And he did all that in freaking one visit. One visit.
Where was it?
Minnesota.
Oh, beep. They're going to beep that out. That got beeped out.
Yeah.
That's exactly where that doctor on that Netflix special, what was it called? Hold on. It's called, what was it called? It was called Our Father on Netflix.
Really?
The Minnesota gynecologist who artificially inseminated.
Okay.
How many people? You're not supposed to, if you do artificial insemination and let's say you donate sperm, they can't use that on more than 2 people within the same city.
Right.
Because those people could meet and you could cause incest.
Right.
This dude in the same town used his own sperm, lied to the donors, to 150 women or something like that.
Jeez.
And then the woman who found out, do you know how she found out? I talk about this in my act a little bit. She walked around going, dude, like 100 people, like everybody I'm seeing kind of looks like me. Like I'm seeing a lot of blonde women that kind of look like could be my sister.
Wow.
It took her like a year to figure it out.
Minnesota, you got to do better.
I would figure that out in about exactly 7 minutes. I'd be like, no, there's a lot of Sasquatches walking around here. Is that another 6'7" Sasquatch? Immediately would. So you know what they call that? What they called him?
What?
They call that Genghis Khan syndrome. You know about Genghis Khan?
Yeah.
Do you know about Genghis Khan, Terrence? You know how many people, how many women he had impregnated?
300?
10,000.
10,000. Oof.
And
Way
6% of the Mongolian population, which is only like 10 million people, 6% have his DNA. And in this room, there's a 0.5 chance of every human being in the world has his DNA. 0.1%.
Well,
0.5%.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. 0.5% of 7 billion people, right, have his DNA. That's how many of them, you know?
That's kind of crazy. Before we go any further, we're on a show together on the 25th of January at Uncle Tommy's. Alex and
Uncle
I.
Tommy's in Pearl River.
Yeah.
Come see us. This will probably be out by then, hopefully, right?
Yeah, they should be out by then, right? Yeah. Come and see us do stand up, see us do our act.
And hold on, come see me. Come check my face. Check out Instagram, Big Alex Comedy. I'll be at Rhino Comedy Club on February 17th. And anything else going on?
At Black Rock Dave. I'm actually working on doing, getting booked on a show for March, believe it or not, in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, it's up in the air, but hopefully it comes through.
If you're watching this, I just did a show on January 12th. Which is cool. It's like we're going to the future, right?
So let me ask this. Well, we're gonna cut away from it. This was unplanned. Have you heard about the Cat Williams interview? Shannon Sharp. Terrence is like, who? Cat? What do you mean Cat?
So you were
Is it
telling
Cat?
me about this.
Yeah. But no, Cat Williams, famous comedian, and he he went after a bunch of different named comics about stealing jokes, about not being funny, and
So who did he accuse of stealing jokes?
oh god, well he said Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer.
He said
Big
stole
name.
this joke, that joke about I don't know during the Kings of Comedy he had a joke about it was either a spaceship or a Jamaican driving a plane. I'm not sure which one of those, but it's one of the two of those. And his video of Cat doing like a similar stuff before that. So you know, it's
You know
crazy.
who they say stole jokes? They say he would show up to open mics with a hoodie on and a notepad. Robin Williams.
Oh my! I know you were gonna say that.
Yeah, you heard about that, right?
I heard about it.
Showing up to open mics, stealing jokes from people like us.
I heard. I heard.
All right, listen. You just said something about a Jamaican guy driving a plane.
Yeah.
We're gonna divert a little bit here.
Okay.
If you're watching this, it's probably about 2 weeks past. It happened yesterday. Was the Japanese airplane that hit? You saw what happened?
Yeah.
So if you don't know, 379 people. I'm doing the act out.
Yeah.
I could do the sound. All right, do the airplane sound. 379 Japanese people on this plane. Coast Guard plane over here has 6 people. Says, F it. We're not clear for takeoff, but we're going to take off because we need to help the people in the tsunami. This is it's really little. 379 people. Airbus, giant, 2 Rolls-Royce engines. Fireball. This plane catches on fire. This plane, only the captain made it out of there alive. The 5 people died in the Coast Guard.
Right.
The plane with 379 people,
They all made it out.
Japanese people on board, deboarded the plane in 2 minutes.
Efficiency.
I was talking about with somebody at work. Do you think 379 Americans would have deboarded that plane in 2 minutes?
But it's my bag. I gotta get there. It's my
They didn't take any
mother's.
of their belongings. They got out in 2 minutes, flat. 379 people.
In 2 minutes.
We've all taken flights.
Yeah.
How long does it take when they open the doors?
God. Oh, wow.
Firstly, here's my theory: Japanese people. No. There's probably not a lot of morbidly obese.
Right.
Very slow moving. Right. They're very healthy.
Yeah.
They got off that plane.
In like very efficient, one after the next.
It was literally a Chinese fire drill, but it was a Japanese fire drill. Oh my God.
That's not gonna get you any trouble.
All right. Well, whatever. It is. I try. I went for the hacky joke.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. I had this question. Terrence, feel free to nod as well. Terrence is back here, long flowing hair for the holidays. He's like, yeah. This present environment for comedy. You ever heard of the term gatekeepers?
Yes.
Gatekeepers. What are your thoughts or your
Gatekeepers.
beliefs about gatekeepers?
I mean, you're talking about like people who complain about what's said and what's not said.
No, I'm
what do you
talking
mean
about
by-
people that
What do you mean by gatekeepers?
either provide or hinder opportunity for advancement.
Oh, like producers?
Whomever, like
it's terrible.
Who's the guy? That
Harvey
producer?
Weinstein?
Harvey Weinstein.
Gatekeeper uses power, right?
But not with names. Same power, even more, but not with names. What do you feel or believe about that? Because now, because of the internet, because of social media, you see a rise in people that you would have not normally see. For me, for example, follow me on Instagram at BlackRockDave, BlackRockDave. I do sketches. I do characters, comedy. So there are people that see videos that we make, not only in the Caribbean, not only here, Canada, but England and Africa and these places. Before social media, we wouldn't be seen like that. We'd really and truly have to wait for an opportunity for someone to say, hey,
Oh, it's amazing.
thank you,
Yeah.
Five. Somebody to
Yeah.
say, hey, let's cast this Bayesian guy. I really don't understand what he's saying. Could you change your accent? But no, I'm being my natural self and character. And what's great about that is that people understand what I'm saying. They understand where I'm going, especially with the subtitles and stuff. And people like it.
Yeah,
They
it's
like
one of the nice things about social media, right?
it, right?
You can get seen,
But-
and noticed, but
But I think, and I've seen this happen, sometimes Instagram or Facebook hides your comment, right?
yeah.
There was a video that was going around, or a picture actually, not even a video. A picture about, it's supposed to be rum cake, but it was an awful picture of rum cake. And people
You
were
with the rum cake
Yes,
again.
yes.
All right, go
yes,
ahead.
but
Go ahead
it's just a
with the rum
picture.
cake.
And then people were just going in and making fun of it. I said, I wrote a comment, jail. Right? Jail, meaning the person that did this should be in jail.
Oh, snap.
No, all I said was jail.
And it was
they
all
went,
over.
They went, we don't know, this comment goes against guidelines. We don't know.
They
if this
deleted
I'm
it.
like, yes, for jail. They didn't let it. They didn't let
jeez.
it. Eventually it did. But I'm saying, who censors just jail? And even under one of my videos, somebody commented something, and I was like, Instagram is hidden this comment because it might be offensive. I'm like, no, it's not. So that will only increase,
Yeah.
I believe. You understand?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I'm very against social media.
Really?
We use social media for comedy.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, that's
I
what
think
it's
the whole
for.
school shooter thing. I'm a firm believer. It's social media. is a big part of it. But they're finding it out. They're doing studies saying it's part of it.
You know what it is too, because like my kids, my daughter's age, high schoolers, middle schoolers, once you have access to social media, I used to years ago.
They don't realize they could post something and it never goes off the internet.
Right.
It's gonna be there forever.
That's one. And number two, it's the information that keeps coming that you're not ready for.
It's not good for your brain.
You know what I mean? I would wake up in the morning and turn the news on, and somebody got stabbed or murdered in the Bronx.
Dude, I
whatever.
think we're honestly like
we're
like 5 years away from like gonna see the news is gonna be like this. All right, we have Chip with the weather, and now we have Susan with this week's school shooting. All right, we have one in Columbus, we had one in Florida, and we had one in Kentucky today. It's becoming like a weekly thing.
And there's actually unfortunately, sadly, two school shootings that happened this year already in America. Two. Iowa. Have you heard the second one, Terrence? Yeah, two of them. There's Iowa's one of them. I think second might be Idaho, but it's in the middle of the country where you can get a gun at a Walmart.
Yeah, well, that's
or Target.
Listen, sometimes you want to buy a gun. Listen, sometimes you're Chick-fil-A and you also want to get a gun. What's the problem?
Yeah.
I want a chicken sandwich, some crisp Kringle cut fries, and a 9mm. Who doesn't want that?
You might want to go into Walmart, get yourself a pair of camo socks and a gun.
I need like one of these little boards that just says racist, pointed to him.
No,
it's
not
that.
racist.
Racist.
It's like, man, where can I get my hair done like that?
Oh, man.
And get a gun.
Dude, I real quick, last story. I went into a Walmart. I told the story. I went to a Walmart. Nothing is as scary as going into a Walmart when you're in a very small town, very poor. I'm not going to say where I was. I was somewhere in Western New York. Went into a Walmart. Collectively, like every 10 people had collectively like 30 teeth. You know?
Any of them talk
Dude,
like
I saw a redheaded guy with a red tracksuit, a white T-shirt, and red shoes with 3 teeth.
Smile.
Redhead.
Smile. Look, he's got all his teeth, Nathan. Where'd you get those teeth from?
He looked like a redheaded hillbilly trying to maybe like a Sopranos character at the same time with the tracksuit and everything. Oh, man. But that's it. We're out of time now. It went that fast. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
All right. Well, let's once again repeat our handles because we didn't do that episode 1, but this is episode 2. Thanks for tuning in to the American Immigrant Podcast. I am David Beckles Jr.
I'm Alex Kolar.
I said my name wrong again. I said Julia. Oh, man.
We will be performing together January 25th at Uncle Tommy's in Pearl River. Yep. Nailed it. And February 17th at Rhino Comedy Club. Yes. Check that out, rhinoimprov.com.
Yes.
I'm going to give them a shout out because they've been good to me. They put me on.
Yeah.
And that's it for
I am David Beckles Jr.
Alex Kolar.
My Instagram handle is at BlackRockDave. At BlackRockDave.
And I am Alex Kolar at Big Alex Comedy.
Also, too, you can email us, right? At the American Immigrant Podcast at gmail.com.
Yes, the American Immigrant Podcast at gmail.com. And that'd be great.
Email us, tell us what you think.
We'll read your paper. We'll read your email in the next show.
For sure.
We will.
Once we get it, tell us like, hey, you two got great chemistry, and I like Alex's hair, and I want to go to Walmart with Alex.
I'm going to show up with his haircut next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Next thing, you got fans going, I want to go to Walmart with Alex. Choose guns and stuff.
Well, we're out of time.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh,
bye.
Peace, y'all.